What's up, guys? Today is a very exciting day. It's the maiden voyage of the 3120 XP. We had to buy this machine for this tree because my next saw down, the 661, that runs a 3-foot bar is a max. So I picked up this new saw. It was a little expensive. Got a Cannon bar. If you guys are looking to buy this saw and you can't get it at your local dealer, look at Bailey's. It's not sponsored, but they had all this stuff in stock. They sent it out to me on expedited shipping for an additional fee, and we got it within 3 days. They recommended the Cannon Super Bar as being the best bar for this size of saw because its precision is really good, and all the hardening and everything that they do to it. So I've never heard of them until I purchased this, but we're gonna try it out. I already gave this saw a little bit of a test run the other day to make sure it ran good and everything, and did a little cutting with it on some oak. It's got a lot of torque, so let's see what it's got. I'm going to show you guys. We're going to cut out a notch in this stem. We got the whole tree down. That won't be part of this video, but we got the whole tree down the other day by crane, and now we'll just take care of the stem and the remaining pieces of wood. This is gonna be fun.
I know.
This is a 60-inch bar. When you lift up the saw, the bar likes to hang at the end, and so you end up with this curve that looks like this when you're cutting. So when you first start cutting, you're somewhere in this area, and you're lifting up on the saw, and that makes your line straight as you cut, and you stab in and out as you go in this range right here. And then, because if you start here, you know, this whole bar is going to sag at the tip a lot, and you're going to have a nice curved cut as you go in. It's not good. So you start near the tip, which is the hard way. It's got the screwdriver type caps on it. I heard that you couldn't switch them for the flippies. Somebody said that online. This is the XP version of the 3120. It does have adjustable carburetor. When I first got it, it was probably factory setting and it was shutting off on me. So I turned up my T because I thought T was low LA on a steel, and then L is probably, you know, the low side, and there's no high adjustment. High adjustment is preset. It's got a very nice quality blue decomp valve here. When you hit that, it really helps you pull it. And this is your choke, nice and heavy duty feeling to it. There's an oiler. You can reach it with your thumb when you're running this saw. That makes oil come out a lot. And then this is your off switch, so you have to remember to go back when you want to turn it on. And then it also has this pin that if you're cutting something big, you can hold it like that, and then it's holding the throttle for you. So that's good for milling. It's probably also good for cutting trees, but I just ran it like this. Something I noticed, the saw doesn't vibrate as much. Like what you would think with a saw this size, it just doesn't. It's amazing, actually. I like it a lot. This is probably gonna be one of my new favorites. This is the filter, open inside. Kind of interesting. Look at that big throttle flappy. That's pretty huge, isn't it? Biggest one I've ever seen. So yeah, and of course that covers your spark plug as well. So this is like threaded. It's not just a lock type like steel has. But I like the threaded ones. I feel more confident with them. Like I said, it starts pretty easy. They gave me Carlton chain from Bailey's. They sold it as Woodland. But yeah, I like the saw a lot. It's got the big dogs on it. Of course, this area up here in the front gets very hot, so you have to be careful. The sides, everything around the muffler area gets very hot, the plastic. And it runs out of gas really quick, even though these reservoirs are enormous. I mean, you can see how big this reservoir is. So I'm just gonna do some cutting now. Enjoy. I gotta learn how to run it. Obviously, Alright, I've learned a couple things about running this saw that hopefully will be very helpful to you if you ever get one. First off, I thought this was a lever, but it sticks in place. It's actually a button and a lever, and I don't know the difference between the lever and the button, but it gets stuck if you lever it. Sometimes it'll get stuck, and I don't understand why. You push it. I haven't yet figured out why there's a lever and a button, but you push it and it does the same thing. This does not run it at full throttle. When you lock it like that, that's just for when you're vapor locked and you need to pull the cord and hold the trigger at the same time. That does not run it at full throttle. You can't cut like that unless there might be an adjustment you can make. And then the troubles I'm having is that this bar is getting backed up with chips. As soon as I move, like if I dog in and I'm just cutting normally like I would with a big saw where I'm dogged into the wood there, and then this is pivoting down gradually, as soon as I pull those dogs out, this tip will pick up a bunch of chips from the top area above the bar. It's shedding chips as you cut and fills up the kerf in there with chips. And then as soon as the bar moves up even a tiny bit, it grabs a crap ton of chips and pulls them down into the tip here. I tried loosening this chain, and loosening the chain doesn't work. The only thing that works is you de-dog it every couple seconds, and you see how it's got a belly? You rock it on that belly just a couple times, and then you dog back in and you cut for a couple seconds. And then you go back and you rock it on the belly, and you can stab in and out, and that helps a lot too. When you stab in and out and you rock it on the belly, and then you dog in again. You can't just dog in and cut all the way through unless that tip is hanging out the other side, in which case you can go right ahead. This chainsaw is very heavy to run with the 5-foot bar on it. It's not for the faint of heart. You have to keep it moving, and there's nothing you want more when you're running a saw that big than to stop moving and just squeeze the trigger. But you cannot do that. You have to move the saw, you have to lever it, you know, you have to come in and out a little bit to free those chips up that get bound in that cut, or you will get bound up and the chips will pile up right at the tip of the bar inside the sprocket tip, and then I have to loosen the chain. I'll show you it in a whole other video, but it's just so much trouble if you get stuck. You know, as soon as you get stuck, you could really be stuck bad. I almost couldn't get the bar out of the wood because it had so many chips stuck in there. So I don't recommend running a loose chain. I don't think that's the solution at all. But I mean, you cut more wood in less time because you can cut like almost the whole log, and then when you finish on the other side, you're just cutting a foot or whatever worth of material. It's not a fast cutting saw. It's slow with torque, and of course we're not broken in yet. We still have to really break it in because it's just the first day of the saw working. But I think it's a good saw. I mean, I like the oiler button. You can definitely tell when you hit the oiler button as you're going. It definitely helps the saw not to bind up as much, especially with the cottonwood we're cutting today. That's got a lot of moisture in it. That's taken all the it's taken all the oil off the bar or off the chain as it spins. So that little oiler button helps a ton. I don't have an oiler button on any of my other saws, but I highly recommend the chainsaw. I mean, so far it's a great saw. I hope this video has been a help to you. Have a great day.